Now, our next guest is one of the biggest stars in the world. Drew Barrymore has been entertaining audiences around the world since she was 6 years old.
From E.T. to Never Been Kissed to Charlie's Angels, she grew up in front of the camera. Now she's made an epic career move, becoming a TV talk show host. One and only Drew Barrymore joins us now from New York. Drew, morning, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Well, it is lovely. You're welcome on our show anytime. And for decades, you have been appearing on talk shows as a guest. What inspired you to switch into the host chair?
You know, ever since I had my daughters over 8 years ago, I have been looking always for opportunities and ways to still do what I do and be creative and not ditch sort of my whole life, but be able to have a life that's really about my kids first. And a show like this is such an opportunity also. I don't really want to be someone else right now. I want to be me, but there are so many sides to, you know, an individual. So I get to express all of those interests and passions all in one thing while getting to be the mom and the woman, you know, I am. But really, the opportunity of a show like this is to really make it about everyone else. And in these times especially, finding people's stories that are inspiring, finding the good in the world, finding the functional. The story you just showed about a dog, like, saving, like, that's good. And it's, you know, so I really want to make this an opportunity to talk about everyone else. And so I'm just lucky to be in a driver's seat of a car that's much more about the passengers. And
you've been interviewed by other people hundreds and hundreds of times. What do you think makes a great celebrity interview?
I always want to find out interesting facts about them. I feel like finding out their Crayola color, like their favorite food, something about their parents is equally as, if not more informative than why did you choose to play this character. And so I love when people ask me questions that let me show or express something maybe someone didn't know. So I wonder and I hope that other people on the other side want that as well.
Okay, so from a performance point of view, what's harder, learning lines and shooting a movie and, as you say, being someone else, or going live for a few hours and being yourself?
You know, they both require a tremendous amount of homework. And you can't have fun with anything if you walk out feeling nervous. It's when you walk out feeling very prepared, then you can be a lot more silly and fun and let the playfulness come out. So I like to take both very seriously, and yet I don't want to take any of it too seriously. But I want to respect every job I have by showing up very well prepared and then being silly.
You've launched a show during a pandemic. It's a live show, but you can't have a studio audience or many guests in person with you. How challenging has that been to kick off the show?
There's been definitely days where I thought, was this the right time with all those challenges that you just mentioned? The unorthodox nature of Zooms and not being able to feed off the energy in the room. That being said, this seems like a time where we need the most options, the most escape, the most entertainment, the most information. We should not sort of deprive ourselves of trying because of the confines of what we're all going through. I feel even more passionate about trying to figure this out, and here we are, and I just feel so lucky to have this job. I really do, and I want to make it work, and I'm convinced I'm going to get fired every day, and that just keeps me on my toes.
This is perfect for you, though. This Optimism TV is so what the world needs right now.
Thank you for saying that. It's a phrase I really can get behind, and I'm very civic-minded. I am grounded in reality. I want to know everything that's happening in the real world in the real way, and yet I have got to find the life-affirming moments and people and occurrences out there that make me know it is worth all of the soul searching and energy and caretaking that just is life. And I want to believe, I want to be optimistic, and there is a way to feed that meter in order to be so. And it's usually watching other people and seeing what they're doing. And it gives you a roadmap, it gives you hope, and it makes us know we're living in a beautiful planet where great things are happening. And it's the antidote. And there is reality, and I don't like optimism that isn't grounded in reality. That's just too fluffy for these times. But I still need it.
Yep, here. Now, you've had some great guests on the show so far, all mates of yours. Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Adam Sandler, lots of famous friends on the talk show. Do you have any sort of dream A-list names that you'd love to have on in 2021? I'd like you to interview your godparents, Sophia Loren and Steven Spielberg. I reckon that would be a great interview.
Steven knows that he's someone that I'm very passionate about having on the show, and he plans to come on, and is just trying to make it the perfect timing with everything going on and his film. And we have definitely been speaking because he's been such a supporter and a mentor for me my whole life. So that's definitely in play. And Sophia Loren just came out with that beautiful movie that her son, who I grew up with, Eduardo, directed, and I would love to speak with her. And I mean, I don't know, like Tom Cruise, would Tom Cruise ever like ride a motorcycle through the roof of the building at one point?
I think he would if you asked him.
I would give anything. And then, you know, I got to interview David Sedaris, who's one of my favorite authors in the world, and just speaking with someone who's given me so much joy in my life. And then really, it's the one thing that Gayle King said that really resonated for me, who's also been a mentor to me, is that the world and life and every day never stops giving us opportunities to hear new stories from new people. We will never run out in the human experience. And so that gives me so much excitement for each and every day of what we can do and express and show here on this show.
Yeah, well said. Last question, Drew. One TV girl to another. I love your set, and we're about to see this on our screens in Australia very soon, your show. So your set is so, and we're talking here, we have quite an old set here. We've had it for a while, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Your set, I mean, I don't know if you can see ours here. Show us around. It looks gorgeous and bright and happy.
Thank you. Well, one of the opportunities that I really wanted to take during this pandemic was we're all stuck at home, and when I'm not here, I am nowhere but home. So I wanted to take the opportunity to give people a place to be transported to, and I love design. In fact, before I got the opportunity to do the show, I thought maybe should I try becoming an interior designer. I love it that much.
What?
And ironically, even though I do, and I'm lucky to invite people that I have worked with and known, you know, throughout the amazing life and job I've gotten to do, I'm like the least Hollywood person. I sit at home reading design magazines and travel magazines and thinking about how I can expand my horizons. So I thought, what a great opportunity to do this on this show while we're all stuck at home. Have a beautiful place to rest and settle into, and we'll take you to all these different places and meet all of these different people. And the fact that we can do that, you know, while we're here in this time is really extraordinary. And thank you for saying that, because a lot of love and care went into the set. We were inspired by Walter Cronkite meets like Elle Decor, Architectural Digest.
Well, I love it, Drew, because I tried to interior design our set and they wouldn't let me. So I'm kind of living vicariously through you. We love it. Thank you so much for showing us around.
I will say that, you know, it's all bells and whistles. If people aren't responding to what you're doing, you could have nothing around you. You have to bring the goods of great ideas and great people and great material and great interviews. Yep. And so this is very secondary, and I know what you guys go out there and do every day. You need no bells and whistles.
Oh,
so.
thank you.
Very kind of
Well, it's lovely to chat to you. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in Australia soon, virtually, if not in the flesh.
I was lucky enough to be there, I guess, a year and a half ago, promoting Flower Beauty, which we sell at Chemist Warehouse, and it was so wonderful. And I've been coming to Australia my whole life. I think I went there when I was very young for the World Tour of ET, and it's somewhere I've come my whole life, and I look so forward to coming back there. And thank you for taking the time to have us on your show.
That's a pleasure. Well, Drew, it's lovely to see you. You take care. And the Drew Barrymore Show premieres on Foxtel's Fox Arena, weeknights at 7:30 from next week. She's such a
she's
happy
lovely.
woman. I just like, bye, Drew. Thanks for your time. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so much.
I think you should
She great.
design a new set.
Really?
With Drew's budget.
With an, well, I was going to say with an open checkbook, please. Seven
And you
Network.
guys can film it, and it's a segment.
Okay.
Yo,
I
very
agree.
good. Get it sponsored.
All right. I'll talk to our people, Drew. Thank you. You've inspired me. All right. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Drew. She is fabulous, isn't she?
She's so normal.
I know,
isn't
and she's
she?
been in this
Not a
world for
diva at
such a
all.
long time, and you know
Yeah.
it could make you crazy, but she's just gorgeous.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.